I hope Vince McMahon loved his Roman Reigns and Lesnar matches, because as of this moment, I hereby announce that SummerSlam is cancelled. Because that's basically what happened. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 basically topped all the NXTs right now. I didn't think that was possible. They did it. They actually did it. So we got this whole talk about who attacked Aleister Black. That's being a mystery, because I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, I'm loving that they're turning this attack angle into a mystery angle, trying to figure out who done it. And there's a lot of suspects. In fact, you could go with a dark horse and say, hey, let's go ahead and have Neville, because he actually has means and motivation as much as everyone else. Like, he said at the UK tournament once that he was the greatest UK wrestler to come out of the UK. Aleister Black, as Tommy N came in, disputed that, and despite winning, that eats away at Neville, so he comes back and gets revenge. That would be an interesting route, but I don't think they're going to do that. In fact, I think I know who they might go with, but this is just a guess on that part. But, yeah, we get to the opening match. Mustache Mountain versus the Undisputed Era. And for the NXT Tag Team titles. And I'm just saying, let's see. I'm 23 years old. Tyler Bate is 21. I feel so old. So, yeah. What is with Tyler Bate? Was he built in a lab and he's been able to do things at such a young age? He was 19 when he won the UK title, and now he's 21 and he's doing more crazy moves that I didn't see at such a young age. Like, I was at home playing video games and on YouTube and whatnot. He's out there stealing shows and whatnot. In fact, recently on NXT tapings, he had a 5-star match with the Undisputed Era for the exact same match for the NXT Tag Team titles, which ended with him throwing in the towel, which has never been done in a long time. So, yeah, that got 5 stars. Kind of shows where NXT currently is the brand to be. So, yeah, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate went to town with the Undisputed Era. It was awesome. Like, he got all these big movements, all these big movesets, and Kyle O'Reilly's just entertaining as this cartoon character now. And once again, they're not going with the cheap route they could go with having Bobby Fish come out and strike them with a cane. Like, you see him on TV, you suspect he might do something, and he doesn't do anything. He's just there because they just want to remind people, oh yeah, he's also in our group. At least they're reminding us instead of downright insulting us and say, there is no such person. The Vince McMahon doesn't remember such a thing. You know, like they would probably do on the main roster if this was the case. Oh, who am I kidding? Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era would not have gotten as big as they did. So, yeah. Also, once again, NXT allows them to go all out. Like, I don't see any of this happening on the main roster unless it's someone Vince favorites. Which basically means Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Alexa Bliss, Carmella. If Carmella was able to do such an ability, I don't know. All these other, and probably John Cena. Well, let's be real, John Cena's done that on several occasions. Just not at the level of epicness that, you know, a 21-year-old can do, that someone in their 40s can do. Like, granted, being 40 is still able to go at such a high level is impressive. Look at AJ Styles, that's saying something. But, yeah. And it was just insane. I was like, I don't care who wins. I don't generally care who wins. It can be either one. In fact, I was on the opinion that the Mustache Mountain was going to win because, well, heading into the show, all the heels were holding titles. Yeah, all the heels were holding titles, and at the end of the night, Rally 2 won the titles back for the good guys, and I'll get to them when I can. So, yeah, and Trent Seven looks like he's going to throw in the towel as well, but then he just throws the towel into the crowd, much to the chagrin and happiness of the people. And basically, Tyler Bate is being this never say die attitude guy now, which was awesome. And I'm like, oh my god, just please don't ruin these people, man. Why do you hate these guys? At least Tyler Bate and Trent Seven are gonna have an extended lifespan thanks to NXT UK and maybe 205 Live, because let's be real, Tyler Bate's gonna go there since he's clearly at the weight. Trent Seven, I don't think so. So it didn't matter to me who was going to win, but I do know that there were going to be some heels that lost their matches because there are so many. The heels all hold the titles. So yeah, I didn't know who was going to win. I had a feeling Adam Cole was going to lose though, but I'll get to that when I can. And then fans are chanting, "Fight forever! Fight forever! Fight forever!" and whatnot, and like, oh my god. And just when it looked like that they were gonna finally get the win against Undisputed Era, they retaliate and get the victory. And like, they're celebrating, they're ecstatic, and just when they're celebrating, we get the War Raiders, aka War Machine, in the ring. They take out the Undisputed Era, and yeah, I can't recall which one is which, but let's see. These guys look like they're super massive, and yet one is able to do a suicide dive. Super big guy, a big heavyweight guy doing suicide dives. Where have I heard that before? Sounds familiar. It's a guy who should be a main event player, but is clearly not because he has stuff that Vince doesn't like in a guy. I think his name was Brody Lee. No, wait, that's his independent wrestling name. I think his name was Luke Harper. No, wait, no, it can't be Luke Harper. Vince hates long names. Oh yeah, it's just Harper. I don't get that. And oh boy, we're gonna get those two fighting. Though that might be a little bit delayed because then there's going to be NXT TakeOver War Games 2, which I am ecstatic to see soon. So that's going to be fun. So then we get EC3 versus the Velveteen Dream. And I took this match, like, I knew these guys were going to deliver. But I didn't like that this match was happening. Not because it's not a good match. It's because I wanted Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black to fight and compete for the NXT title. It would have been a perfect come full circle storyline. And Velveteen Dream, I can imagine saying this: I'm going to take that title and turn this brand into the NXT Dream Experience. Come on, like, who wouldn't want that? And Velveteen Dream stole the show. Yes, I know, in terms of match, okay, that's a different matter. But in terms of just being so clear-cut with his character, he stole the show when he had tights on saying the words, "Call me up, Vince." And I was like, oh my god, the balls he has to do this. Like, he's done it twice. He's mocked Vince McMahon twice. He knows Vince wants to call people up so he can ruin them. And the first time he did it was when he referenced Vince McMahon's obsession to retcon things out of existence. You know, like when he says this, the Dream has no memory of that. And now he did it again. He did it again, everybody. He's targeting Vince McMahon. NXT is self-aware now. And I was like, he's 23 years old. How the hell does this guy know his character so well? And he's not like from the independent scene. He's not well known in the independents. He got his big start in WWE. So yeah, they have a homegrown talent essentially doing all this. The only problem he has is that he's an NXT guy, and therefore he's the Antichrist in Vince's eyes. So yeah, everyone was a little debating about who should win this match. Should it be EC3, who's in need of a win because this is the first NXT TakeOver match, or should it be Velveteen Dream, who has not yet, as far as I know, not yet won an NXT TakeOver match? Wait, never mind. Cassius Ohno. So I was wondering too. Like, I want Velveteen Dream to win, but I also want EC3 to win. So I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Oh my god! Once again, this match is awesome. It couldn't deliver completely with the Undisputed Era Mustache Mountain match, but they did the best they could, and the Death Valley Driver, also known as the Dream Valley Driver, yeah, and eventually EC3 is bleeding profusely. I'm just going to call him Ethan Carter, because that's basically what he is. So yeah, and I'm really curious, would they get Dixie Carter to come in and play his manager, like, you know, Andrade Cien Almas did with Zelina Vega getting her, and we all know how magical that turned out to be for him. So would they do that? I don't know if people would like that. I just throwing that out there. But yeah, Ethan Carter is bleeding on his eyes and whatnot, like, ugh. Oh man, hello blood, my old friend. We've come to see you spread again. And yes, I know I'm morbidly disturbing that I'm calling for blood in a wrestling match. Sue me! Granted, I wish they took more safety precautions, like, you know, blood capsules. I'm like, seriously, they could just do that and they wouldn't have to worry about about blading each other. But moving on. So, yeah, there were moments in this match where I was like, I don't know who's going to win. I generally don't know who's going to win. And, like, even for this match, this got a, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And, like, yeah, and then this deciding factor happens is when Dream manages to counter EC3 and gets a Death Valley Driver on the apron side of the ring, and then nails his big elbow drop while EC3 is down and rolls over and covers for the win. And all I'm thinking is, he won. He finally won after so many months. And yeah, and the storyline started out pretty simple. It started from the UK tournament. He ditched him in his match, left him to lose, and he wants payback. Simple. Why are so many people and creatives on WWE's side so difficult about this? But yeah, I kept saying Velveteen Dream stole the show just for wearing the tights alone, saying, "Call me up, Vince." Which I'm hoping that if he gets called up, which I hope doesn't happen, because we all know what's gonna happen to him. I hope he wears tights that say "Take me back, Paul," to reference Triple H's real name, because let's be real, a lot of people in NXT who've been called up probably are asking for that. Take me back, please. I can't work here. He's making life miserable because I worked for you. I should sue him for employee discrimination. But anyways, now we get to what many people consider a clinic. NXT North American Champion Adam Cole, baby, versus King Ricochet. Yeah, I have no words. Like, let's just say this. If you ever wanted to imagine a sequel of Shawn Michaels super kicking Shelton Benjamin, yeah, this match gave you it. In fact, they gave you a red herring at first when it looked like Ricochet was going to go through that the same way Shelton Benjamin went through. But surprisingly, he goes ahead, flies, and then when Adam Cole looks to deliver the super kick, he actually catches the foot. And I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Did he just catch that while flying? He catched that while he flied, didn't he? And then it looked like Ricochet was finally going to break the cycle and then do the impossible with it. And then Adam Cole kicks him in the square in the head. Well, I'm thinking this. Well, Ricochet's thinking this. I believe I can fly. And then Adam Cole just screams out, "No! We are not doing this!" But yeah. Yeah. Considering that Adam Cole has held on to that title for over 6 months, I had a feeling we knew where this was going to go. And, yeah, and there was so many false finishers and false finish pinfall attempts. I was like, on the edge of my seat. I didn't care who won. And that's the thing. When I watch NXT, I don't care who wins. Because everyone feels like they won something in this. In fact, fans once again continue their chants of "This is awesome! This is awesome!" And yeah, and before, and let me get back to the first match, they were also chanting, "Mustache Mountain undisputed! Mustache Mountain undisputed!" Like, everyone wants to cheer for these guys. Like, who do I cheer for? Do I cheer for these cool guys, specifically Kyle O'Reilly and his guitar stringing and insulting Hulk Hogan? Or do I cheer for the proper British fighters of Mustache Mountain? I don't know! In fact, they might as well start chanting, "We don't know! We don't know!" As if to say, yeah, we don't know who to cheer for. And once again, Mauro Ranallo is once again phenomenal in the show. It's just so hilarious. I just love seeing Mauro Ranallo just be so having fun. Like, he's actually having fun. He's happy and not all being harassed and bullied and discriminated against by JBL, by, you know, Weasel Von Dickish, aka Vince McMahon, for favoring JBL because, well, you were trying to be more like yourself and not like Michael Cole. That's a bad thing, so I'm going to favor a bully over you, Mauro Ranallo, who has the various mental illnesses like depression and anxiety. Yeah, I'm kind of a sick son of a bitch, aren't I? Yeah, I am still on that viewpoint that this had a role in it. As like, I don't think you could go ahead and not think there was a bullying going on if JBL will say he might have Mauro Ranallo die just so he can charge his phone if he cut off the life support. That happened on Bring It On the Table, and I'm pretty sure people are still pissed off of that. So anyways, then we get to Ricochet is now the new North American champion, and that was fun. So, and we also see Kevin Owens and Mark Henry in the crowd. Also beforehand, after Velveteen Dream's victory, we saw Matt Riddle, the newest NXT signing. And originally, they didn't want to sign him for some reason. I do not know why. But it looks like Triple H cocked Vince into it. And, like, yeah, Matt Riddle did say he wanted to be the one that makes Brock Lesnar leave. Yeah, good luck. That's not going to happen. Just be glad you're in NXT. Also, there was pictures being shown of Matt Riddle. Yeah, despite him wearing a suit, he wore sandals. He wore sandals. Now we get to what many people were thinking was not going to be a big deal of a match with Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. Like, it was a good match in the Mae Young Classic, but a lot of people were like iffy. Like, could this really be a standout match? And also the four horsewomen of MMA were there: Ronda Rousey, Jessie Duke, and Mira Seifer. I could be wrong on how I pronounce those names. And I'm going to just say, I will be on the prevailing viewpoint. I will always have this opinion. I will always say this. Since Ember Moon never got a chance to be the one that slays Asuka's undefeated streak, I will always say Kairi Sane should have been the one. If it wasn't going to be Ember Moon, I would have settled for Kairi Sane. That's how good this match was. Because, oh my god, these two... My god, they waited a year to finally build up to this rematch. Like, they did a rematch beforehand, before she won the title, I think. But, yeah, they were building it up. They were showing continuity. They were showing respect to the past by referencing all this. And they built on it. And we saw a more vicious side of Kairi Sane, letting her show more of that personality. You know, like Bayley used to have in NXT, and then Vince McMahon retconned it and removed it and stripped it of it and turned her into just a huggable John Cena clone that no one likes to deal with. The one who's usually gullible and falls for anything despite all the betrayals. Or the treacherous beatdowns they get. You know, like, why would John Cena fucking shake Brock Lesnar's hand? I am still wondering that. Like, come on, man. Like, you are just way too trustworthy. Like, would he trust him if someone robbed him of $1 million? I wouldn't put it past if Cena shook some guy's hand. He went ahead, kicked him in the crotch, and stole his wallet, ran off, and Cena would be like, what a nice man. That's how gullible the John Cena character can be. And we get like this disturbingness with Shayna Baszler just twists and contorts Kairi Sane's body, snapping her toes, snapping her arm, bending in ways that should not be bended. And I honestly thought Kairi Sane was going to lose on several occasions when she was applied into chokehold maneuvers by Shayna Baszler. And then, oh boy, she does what Finn Balor did, what Bret Hart did to Roddy Piper. When the ending came around, when she finally got put in the submission hold, she managed to turn it around and turn it into a pinfall victory. And I was like, because this was a freaking awesome match. This was a surprise, this will probably go down as a very surprised match because everyone didn't think this would be as good as it was. Everyone thought it was going to be okay, but nope, it was phenomenally great. So, yeah, and even Kairi Sane showcases her thunderous spear to Shayna Baszler. Yeah. I'm surprised no one said, better than Roman! So, yeah, and Kairi Sane looks like she's crying, like she couldn't believe what just happened. Like, I can understand that. Like, you didn't I wouldn't be surprised if you suspected this wasn't going to happen and whatnot. But yeah, I was so ecstatic, and I might have a personal bias for Kairi Sane to win because she may or may not have liked a tweet I made to her about how she'll become a breakout star this year, earlier this year. Yeah, I did that. She liked my tweet. Hurrah! I can clear that off the bucket list. I got a verified WWE superstar to like one of my posts. Now, if only if I can get Triple H and then ask him questions and constantly ask him, do you hate Vince to an extent? But we all know that's never going to happen. In fact, that would be an interesting conversation. So, yeah. Then we get our main event. Originally supposed to be a triple threat match with Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa, was turned into a last man standing match between Gargano and Ciampa, or Wrestling and Entertainment, when Aleister Black came down with an injury, so they had to write in really quickly an injury angle and turn it into a mystery storyline. You know, something they could have done with Hideo Itami, and I am on the prevailing viewpoint, and this is a fact, and I think therefore I am, referencing Damien Sandow, that John Cena was hired by Vince and Dunn to go ahead and strike him from behind, knock him out, and then ruin his moment. And I'm not just saying that because I wanted to make fun of Vince's discriminatory policies and Kevin Dunn's jealous hatred of Triple H, because he knows Triple H is going to fire him for being a bad employee. So, yeah, Gargano and Ciampa. Do I even need to say it? Like, do I even need to keep saying this? Like, let's see. Here's the typical formula that you get now from Gargano versus Ciampa. Awesome match, awesome psychology, awesome chemistry, vengeance, anger, turning into a monster, becoming the very thing you hate, Gargano becoming more and more like Ciampa, Ciampa feeding off the anger and hatred of the NXT universe. And I'm just wondering, when is he going to say, feed me your anger. It fuels my power. That's basically the vibe I'm getting now, since he still comes out with no music and Ciampa just gets the hatred to be his music. Music to his ears. But there was some surprising factors. Remember that traditional opening announcements where they say, and the challenger, weighing in at etc, 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 Johnny Gargano. And in this corner, we have the NXT champion, Tommaso, and Johnny Gargano breaks that tradition for the first time ever and attacks Tommaso Ciampa before they could even ring the goddamn bell. Which means Gargano is pissed. Yeah, and yeah, there is a lot of chaos in this match. And fans are chanting, Mamma Mia! Mamma Mia! Because that's how big this match is to people. I see this, to me personally, as the saga that Triple H and Shawn Michaels had, except without the blood, and I will always be on this viewpoint that they should have had a Hell in a Cell match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, as opposed to a last man standing match. But I knew it was going to be phenomenal, but I always keep wondering, why was this not Hell in a Cell? Can someone tell me why this wasn't Hell in a Cell? But, moving on from my personal preference. Oh man. And here's the thing I noticed. Gargano is wearing a Venom-like attire. Like, I really noticed that, and I was like, wait, oh my god, they really doing this? They're really trying to reference his clothing to be symbolic of his fall to the dark side? Like, think about it. Like, see in the comics, and you can say in the movie, in the upcoming Venom movie, if it's possible, Eddie Brock was a confident journalist and whatnot, made a horrible mistake, lived with this guilt and it ate away at him to the point when he becomes Venom. When the suit attaches to him, he becomes a monstrous killing machine at times, and also leaks onto anti-hero, but that's a different matter. And he's always consumed with trying to kill Peter Parker. Is Gargano becoming the Venom of NXT? Because that would be kind of awesome. And he's even wearing Venom-like trunks, like his logo's been all corrupted, and his signature DIY logo is all corrupted and whatnot, has the Venom symbiote slowly converting it. Like, oh my god, they're doing subtlety. Oh my god, they're doing subtlety, everybody. They're doing subtlety. Subtlety, damn it! And, yeah. Ciampa and Gargano tore the house down. Once again on the viewpoint that this stole the show. And oh man. And Ciampa did the Project Ciampa maneuver 3 times. And all I was hoping for one freaking moment was him gonna say, "Project Ciampa, bitch!" Like, you know, because we all know what will happen if he said that. He will then just burn Suplex City to the ground, because everyone will then start chanting, "Project Ciampa! Project Ciampa! Project Ciampa!" Because, let's be real, Suplex City is becoming boring. If he had said Project Ciampa, bitch, I would have just said, wow, now Triple H is ordering Ciampa to take a shot at Lesnar. Okay, not surprising. I'm pretty sure a lot of people hate his guts right now. But moving on. And then Gargano leaps more and more to the dark side. His anger is starting to take form once again. He even starts doing stuff that Ciampa did, like rip off the barricades, rip off the padded floor to reveal the concrete. He tries to handcuff him like Gargano. He handcuffs him like Ciampa tried to do to him. He keeps super kicking him. He keeps trying to strangle him, and then he tries to knee him in the face, which happens, and then that costs greatly for him and dislocates his knee. Congrats. And even Gargano crosses this path, and like he wants anger, he wants his vengeance on Ciampa. He feels like he's ruined his life. I was hoping in this match that Candice LeRae was gonna come out, try to talk some sense to her husband, and they would have done Gargano shoving Candice LeRae to the side just to show how far he's fallen. Come on! You had him be tackled on. You had him accidentally tackle into her. Why can't you just have him shove her to the side and just try and kill Ciampa? That really would have shown his dark sides coming out more. So, yeah, fans are chanting, "This is awesome! One more time! Fight forever!" and whatnot. And like, oh god. And then Gargano gives in more when Ciampa tries to apologize over and over, and he keeps trying to get up from the handcuffs when he handcuffs him to the stage. Gargano then exposes his knee and nails Ciampa in the head and crashes into into the table and boxes, falling off to the floor, and the referee counts while they're still down. Gargano tries to get up, and he keeps failing, but then Ciampa makes it the 9 count when he just simply stands from getting to the floor on the lower level of the stage and wins by a nanosecond. And Gargano is despairing at this. Also, one highlight was when Gargano and Ciampa, after felt like 10 minutes of them beating the hell out of each other, got back up after 1 second. This is fuel. They should just say, this is fuel. Hatred is fueling their adrenaline and whatnot, and oh my god, this is possibly amazing. So, yeah. And as Ciampa is leaving, he comes back out, boasts that he's the champion still, and then when Gargano looks like he's despairing at this, Ciampa comes back out to rub it in his face, and Gargano still is trying to come at me! Like he wants to fight him more, even though he knows he dislocated his knee. So clearly, Gargano is still in a state of hatred and rage and in self-loathing now, and realizing he's letting his anger control him, but he can't stop. It's like a drug now. Which also, but here's the one thing that I did love about this. The one thing they did was not only did they end a feud, but they also left the door open for a future bout. Like Triple H was reportedly saying he envisioned this being a trilogy, they did the trilogy and they left it open for future matches. They could also go another route where Gargano finally gives into his inner demons and joins up with Ciampa as an apprentice mentality. That would be like what Daniel Bryan could have done when the Yes Movement, in my mind, got at his worst point, when it kept, they wanted Bryan more and more and more to the point that they didn't care about anybody else, that they just wanted Bryan like they hated when John Cena was all about himself. They wanted Bryan to be the same thing. I thought, let's make a storyline out of it. Have Bryan trying to convince the fans that it shouldn't always be about him. It has to be it's not just about me. It is about everybody else, and the fans don't listen, and they just chant, Daniel Bryan, and Bryan just becomes more and more frustrated that fans are wanting just him and not just him and other people. So, yeah, they could do that. In fact, I was thinking they could do that. Someone reported that they might be doing that. It could be a route. I wouldn't be surprised if they thought that was going to be an idea, because Vince might ruin him on the main roster. So Triple H is like, okay, you're going to ruin him? Let me do the heel turn my way that would be 100 times better than you ever would do it. So, yeah, this show was amazing. It was wonderful! And all I'm thinking is, oh god, SummerSlam's screwed. It was screwed the first match in. You have a bloated card, you have a misguided management, you have egotistical bastards running around thinking they can own the place. You have Brock Lesnar who might have strung on the company at WrestleMania this year and tried to intentionally hurt Reigns just to get more money dealing out of this. You have Vince McMahon running around say, pepper spray Roman Reigns. Okay, we have water thing, we could do that. No, let's get real pepper spray. Let's spray with real pepper spray. Even though there should be 100 different things wrong with that statement. But I'm sadly not in charge, or else I would be doing things differently. Also, I kind of want to see Gargano and Ciampa fight at WrestleMania inside Hell in a Cell for the WWE title. Not the Universal title. That can go into the garbage. So, the only way I see SummerSlam somehow topping NXT TakeOver, which is impossible, is if they let the wrestlers go all out with the best of their abilities. They do surprising turns. They do Roman Reigns crossing the dark side in glorious fashion. And they make some show-stealing matches more than NXT can do. But that will require effort, and we all know that's never going to happen in Vince's eyes. So, we're just going to have to... And once again, everyone says the same thing on Twitter when I was tweeting on there. Everyone kept saying on the timeline that not only do they love this show, they love NXT, they love all this talent, but they hate it when they get called up. They hate that when the next day they get called up, they should be crying right now and realizing, oh wait, my career's ruined now. Like, I can't think of Velveteen Dream being a main event player in Vince's eyes. I can't see, well, maybe EC3 has a shot because he's big and buffed, but I can't see Ricochet being anything but a 205 Live competitor, and Johnny Gargano, and Project, and Tommaso Ciampa. They're all under the 205 weight, so they're going to be relegated to 205 Live. At least Triple H is riding on there, so he's in charge of that project. So, yeah. Where do you see any of these NXT talents going besides in the gutter? I mean, like, I can think of a dream match we can do. How about this? We get Roman Reigns and Tommaso Ciampa teaming up as the Ultimate Heels versus Johnny Gargano and Daniel Bryan. Imagine if they did that for one moment. That would be insane. You got the two most favorite guys in WWE against the two most vilified ones. That would be a masterpiece of tag team action to me. So, yeah, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, that was freaking awesome. I loved every moment of it. I can't wait to see what the next TakeOver is going to be like, and I can't wait for the matches there. This was Near Reality Entertainment. If you like, comment, subscribe, and donate to do for more.